Hello and welcome to the 100 subscriber special on this channel. Thank you all very much for being here with me for some reason. But let's get into what I'm doing today. Today I am making pancakes purely for your enjoyment. Now the first ingredient today is solid salted butter. In its current state it's solid. We'll be melting that shortly. Second ingredient is salt, preferably kosher salt. Third ingredient is regular old sugar, which I spilled some on the kitchen island because I don't know where the camera angle is, and let's just clean that up. There we go. And our fourth ingredient of the day is baking soda. I couldn't find any baking powder, so I just went with baking soda instead. I don't really think there's a taste difference or anything. And our fifth ingredient is eggs, milk, a cup and a half of milk, and in the large bowl is some flour. Since I do not have a sifter, I will be using a fork to, I think, sift, if it's just called that. Just sift, fool around with the flour. There we go. I think it's to get rid of all the excess lumps in the flour, like the unwanted lumps. And just tap out a melodic tune to your pure enjoyment. Add in the salt. Add in the sugar. And add in the baking powder or baking soda, whatever you have. It doesn't matter. I don't think so anyway. And proceed to mix until mixed. Now we must begin making our wet ingredients. So we have to microwave the butter until obviously melted. And once your butter is obviously melted, you can begin adding in your liquid ingredients to a separate bowl. Of course, begin by putting in the butter. Doesn't matter the order of which you put the ingredients in. At least I don't think it would make a difference. But put in the egg carefully. Make sure there's no eggshells in this concoction, because who wants eggshells in their pancakes? I sure as hell don't. Kind of disgusting. Then add in the milk. Be sure not to spill any. Okay, once those are added in, you could mix them with a fork or a whisk. Do whatever you prefer. I prefer to use a fork because I don't see a need in using a whisk to mix this. It's just kind of getting the ingredients to know each other just on the surface. But once you mix everything in and you use a whisk to make everybody completely know each other, and occasionally add in some extra people or extra ingredients just in case you may need them, which it turns out I will need because I didn't put enough milk in the liquid ingredients. The batter was still kind of chunky, so I had to add in extra milk later on down the line. The thing about pancake/waffle batter, it's more or less just about pancake batter. You don't want to over mix / over whisk your batter, because if you do that, I think it produces like gluten or glucose, one of those two. It makes the batter like tougher than what it's supposed to be, and a tough pancake batter is not a good pancake batter. Every time I've tried to make pancakes in my past adventures, all the pancakes I've made was just tough, and tougher pancakes. I think that's why I stopped making pancakes, since I didn't know how to make pancakes properly. But until I came across Binging with Babish, and I started watching some of his videos, I then learned that if you overmix your pancake batter, of course it'll make the batter tougher. I did not know that before. And the way I filmed this, the way I filmed this was kind of inspired by Babish's videos. It's also the only way I really could have filmed the video, because the back countertop wasn't really, it's not long enough to put the camera on. But this kitchen island is just perfect. And so shake the batter just for fun. If it moves around easily, then it's fine. If it stays in the center and slowly moves, then you gotta add in more liquid. See, like that. I had to add in more milk. give a thumbs up and begin to mix for a second time. Which this kind of led to a slightly tough pancake batter, but it wasn't too bad. It was still edible, I guess. I guess it was still edible. Throw away the whisk into the sink, because you don't really need that anymore, and let's go to the stovetop. I made 2 previous pancakes. I did not think it'd be necessary to really show you how to make 3 pancakes. I mean, the first pancake was horrid. It was in chunks. They say the first pancake is always the worst one. And this is my 3rd pancake, and 3rd time's a charm. It's also the best looking one. Watch that pancake batter slowly leave the bowl. Luckily, I had a knife on site that I could forcibly remove some of the batter. I mean, the more batter you get out, the less of a mess you have to clean out of the bowl before either washing it or putting it in the dishwasher. So, just if you can remove all excess batter that you can remove, just lighten your load. It'll be a lot easier. And they say also, when there's bubbles poking through at the top of the pancake, it's time to flip it. That is true. Because I don't know why. Because science. Let's just leave it at that. Pancakes are pure science. But oh, do they taste good. I never thought science could taste so good. Well, I mean, ice cream floats. Those are pretty damn good. Those are pretty frickin' good. But sadly, I don't have any ice cream in my house, so I can't make those. Sad. So I can't flip this with just one spatula. I leave sight for a couple of seconds to go retrieve a second spatula to aid in the flipping process. Either now or soon. No, soon. It is soon that I leave. If I had flipped this pancake with just one spatula, it would have ended in a huge-ass disaster. But I realized that in my head, I realized, hey, we have a second spatula. We should use that. So I contemplate on going to go get it. I checked the underside of the pancake to see if it was good, and it is good to be flipped. I also thought about flipping it this way, by going in like lengthwise, but when I lifted it up, I saw the pancake was just like drooping down. That would not have worked. So, of course, as I said, I leave sight to go get the second spatula, and he returns with the second spatula. Lift up the edge, lift up the other edge, and flip. That actually worked. I was surprised that it worked. And you see, look at that. Perfect golden brown. These pancakes actually turned out to be pretty damn good. The bottom side, well, the side that you're looking at now was the bottom side. Holy shit, this side turned out to be more crisp and golden-esque, I don't know, whatever you call it. It looked better than this side, I don't know. So, let us poke it a couple of times with the spatula. I would poke it. I usually poke the pancakes in the center just to see if there's any uncooked batter in the center, since that was another problem that would happen to me when I was very adept at making things, especially pancakes. Because every time I'd make pancakes, there would always be one part of the pancake that was not completely cooked, and there was raw batter, and that was disgusting. Pancakes ruined. But everything else aside, this is a beautiful goddamn pancake. I mean, pretty damn beautiful. I mean, third time is the charm. Ooh, mama. Now, to turn off the stove and bring this back to the island where I shall consume this. Okay, now that we're back at the island... Hey, wait a minute. We have butter on here. We have coffee from the morning. Yes, we're missing the syrup. This cheap bottled Aunt Jemima's syrup. It's never a pancake without either just butter and syrup or butter, syrup, and coffee. Because it's breakfast, man. You gotta have you butter with your pancakes. So you gotta have your syrup with the pancakes, and with all that, you gotta have coffee. Because coffee is the best. And so now is the time to give this a good old taste test. Who wouldn't want to give their own food a taste test? I mean, you made it after all. I mean, if you're a good cook like I am, kind of, of course you'd want to eat it. I mean, you just don't make things for no reason. I mean, some people would. I'm not a person who would do that, but, you know, this has been your host, the Son of Fudge. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.